Hello, everybody. Welcome back to That Proud Black Woman Show. And thank you for coming in again on this amazing Saturday. So, as all of you know, the first thing we do when we come on this show is to rep wherever we're watching from. Are you watching from Toronto? Are you in Canada, in the UK, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever you're representing? Please leave it in the comment section and let's get to meet one another. So, who do I have here today? I'm going to leave that little bit of a suspense until the next 1 minute. So yeah, just watch and see who I'm doing today. Thank you guys for staying tuned to this channel. So, who do I have here today? I have the amazing, the fantastic, the one and only Yvonne Ben from the Kscope. Drum rolls. How are you doing this
Wow,
morning?
wow, wow. I'm great. How are you? Can you hear me clearly? I want to make sure that you're hearing me
Yes,
perfectly.
yeah, you sound perfect. So, yeah, how
Okay,
has your week been though?
thank
Before
you.
we go into the nitty-gritty of the show today.
My goodness, my week. Oh my, it's a miracle that I'm here right now. Of course, it's a miracle to be, alive every day. But my week has been extremely busy. But honestly, overall, it has been productive. It has been amazing. It's just been everything, one thing after the other, and I'm thankful for it all. How about yours? How was your week?
Yeah, mine too was quite tedious. Yeah, as you know, apart from the show, I have so many other things that I do. But yeah, we thank God for that. And that's why we're here
Mhm.
today to inspire others so they can see that no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. We're all here and we're thriving, we're working around it,
Mhm.
and we can also, in our own little way, motivate and inspire others as well, right? So kudos to you. So, my
Yeah.
first question today, let's just dive right into it. My first question would be it's not even a
Okay, I'm excited.
question, it's you like introducing yourself to the Proud Fam and other people watching us today. Who is Yvonne Ben and how did the case scope come to be?
Wow. Hello, Proud Fam. My name is Yvonne Ben, as Kikemi mentioned, and I am an advocate for African businesses. The case scope came about with my passion and my desire to help change the narrative for African businesses. We've heard so many times that African businesses are bad business. No one wants to patronize because they just have this stereotype that's been stuck in their mind. So my goal is to change that narrative through my business, the case scope.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, what does case scope actually? What is it all about? What do you do on, with case scope?
That's a very good question. And that's why we're here, right? So the Keyscope is an online platform that highlights African businesses. And what we do with that is to help curate an experience. So if someone is looking to experience Africa, they want to try the food, they want to buy the fashions. The Keyscope is the one-stop shop for all of that. And then we're also, a budding community of thrivers. I like to use the word thriving community because our goal is to just change the narrative for everyone. So on the Case Scope, you're able to find these businesses. You're also able to patronize them. And also on the flip side, we're also able to help them grow and thrive in the marketplace. So that's, if I were to give you like a nutshell explanation of what the Case Scope is, that's what it would be.
Fantastic. And that's what attracted me to you because I think we met before then I didn't know you, but I think we met at a Canada vendors entrepreneur thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout
So
out
that's
to
where I
Martha.
met you and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, let me look into this Yvonne Ben. And I saw that you're doing really amazing. So, it's fantastic when because I'm big on inclusion and diversity. And, that really drew me to you that what really inspired that and what was your vision for it. So I just kept looking through it. And yeah, you're doing really amazing. Kudos to you for what you do. So now
Thank
measuring
you.
the success because you had a vision and you put it into being. First of all, measuring that, like, did it cost a lot to start? Because I've seen a lot of people that they have different vision. They want to help, genuinely wants to help, the Black community, the community of people of color, but then they're complaining about the finances and how much they had, like they don't have savings to start and all of that. Did it cost you a lot to start this platform?
Starting off, it didn't cost a lot actually. It was just initially we started out with a blog on WordPress, and it was you just go on there, create your WordPress site, and you're off. So I would say optimizing and scaling the business has been very expensive. It's been a very huge financial burden, but there's like I feel like when you're investing in something in quality, there is some cost that comes to building something that's lucrative. So for me, I would say starting off it wasn't expensive. I believe that everyone is capable of using what they have. If they have a vision, they can just start small, right? You need to see if it's feasible with what you have to see if you can actually present or execute it well with what you have, but then also don't stop there. Look at the possibilities, right? If you feel like this is going to help a lot of people, if you feel like your business idea is going to, you know, just change the world and change systems around you, there are steps that you can take to make sure that you receive, you plan well. Uh, I would talk about. I would say probably. Looking at people to back you up, investors, people who can come on board. Also, your own money as well. You get people to crowdfund for you, family. But yeah, for me, starting off, it was free. But yes, right now, as you scaled up until this point, it is expensive.
Yeah, so it's true because especially with this day of social media, sometimes you have to start little. It could be just your phone that you need to start with, and then when people start to see what you do, the vision, and that they're able to now invest in you. Because if you don't invest in yourself and make something out of it, nobody else also wants to put their money on you. So it's really important. But the
That's
first
true.
step is actually making that first step, doing something. A lot of things can be done for free, but then if you want to optimize, as you said,
Exactly.
then that's when the money comes up. So before then, rather than keep
Exactly.
waiting until somebody invests in you, it's rather you start. That's what I'm getting from what you have said, right? So, and that's really good. So, fun
Exactly.
fact for everybody watching, Yvonne Ben, I found out that she's my birthday mate. We're both October 12th, right?
That's true.
October babies in the house.
October 12th.
Yeah, I rarely don't get
Yes, I
people
was
that
very excited because I've never actually met anyone that has the exact same birthday as myself. So I was
yeah,
very excited. I was like,
exactly.
oh my
So
gosh, finally.
yeah, somebody just said, "Oh, yeah, even Ben is October 12th." I was like, "Yay!" Because the fact that we're birthday mates and we're both like we have like similar energy and all of that, and I'm like, "Yes, October babies, right?"
Right.
Anyway, so we don't digress too much. So measuring your success so far with Kscope, was this what you envisioned?
Frankly speaking, I initially started off with this mindset of just highlighting and promoting and just making sure everyone knew what was happening in the city. I started in a different city. I started in Sudbury, Ontario. That's where I did my university, and then I moved to Toronto. And I was just super excited to find that so many businesses existed, and I just wanted to, put it out there. After a while, I realized that the business itself was not doing as well as I wanted it to do. Initially, it wasn't even a business; it was just more of a passion project for me. And then I thought that, okay, you know what? Like, I'm not really feeling that everything is perfect in the business or everything is going well in the business. So I ended up, dedicating my business to God. I dedicated my life to God first, and then I said, you know what, God, I know that you have the capabilities to take what I'm giving you and turn it into gold. Same with my life, so I'm going to do the same with my business. And ever since then, it's just skyrocketed. The trajectory has just been like something else. We've been finding different ways to build the community, different ways to pour back into the community. There have also been a lot of hiccups along the way, but I do know that, he who is, faithful to begin that good work in me is faithful to complete that good work in me. And I know that it's the same for my business. It's the same for everything that concerns me. So I would say that yes, there has been success, like optimum success with the business. We've been able to help business owners, and then to me, I'm still here. I'm sort of like the founder and the only, I would say, person in the business that is the deciding person. So I would say overall, yes, it has been successful. And I do believe that there is so much more to come, right? And with a lot more structure, with a lot more planning, I feel like we're going to, get better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear. The fact that, a lot of people when they start, they think it will all be rosy all through. And then so people expect that,
Hmm.
you start today, you start getting money the next day. But then sometimes you have to sit back
Hmm.
and, no, even like big businesses that are successful today, they usually plan for a year or two of no profits, because they
Right.
know that's the time, that's the teaching period that you use to grow your business and put all you have into it and all of that, and then the return starts to come in. And I like the fact that you were talking about dedicated it to God. For me, I'm also a Christian, and everything I like to put God first. So it's really important that you put God first, no matter what religion you are
Yes.
in. When God like says yes, everything's just going to run smoothly. So now, why African prints? Like, why, you know, there's so many other business ideas out there, like fashion, and why did you choose African prints, knowing that sometimes the market might be limited because maybe there's just in your area, maybe it's only a few Africans that are there. Why did you choose African prints?
Why did I choose African print or
Yeah,
African?
as like African fashion, African prints and stuff to in your business to showcase them.
Right. So I would say, like, overall, the overall business vision is for us to change the narrative. So initially, I found that there were so many business owners with quality content, quality craft work that people just looked over because they just saw that, okay, either black or African owned. And I also saw that the playing fields were not level at all. So I wanted to build something similar to the systems that already exist, so that they, like, African businesses, have like at least a level playing field. A lot of times, what I would say the part that I took on was the user experience. A lot of times people forget that when you're selling, right, you need to take into consideration the person that you're selling to. That is a user. The person already has a pathway that they take when they're making decisions on what to buy when it comes to food, what to buy when it comes to clothing. And most times, the business owners are not there. They're not found at the end of those pathways. So what I did was I built by the grace of God, because I did not build that myself. But we created this directory. It's a shopping directory. But the goal with that is every business owner that gets listed gets access to a personalized shop, a personalized listing, where you can send that to someone and the user experience is perfect, where the person is able to just go on there, browse your products, add it to cart, and then they pay, right? Um, we found that that's sort of like was the gap. A lot of people were like just not able to buy from business because they either had to message them or they had to wait for their responses. And then business owners sometimes as well, they wouldn't really be able to track their sales. Like, it was just not the best. So we saw that this was an opportunity and there was a feasible way to get something like that done. So it's not something that we built a super, huge and dramatic platform, but it's more of a shopping directory. The brand colors were perfect. It just makes it look, every time people compliment the website, I just smile and I'm thankful because it took a lot of different people to pour into the business, to pour into this idea. But the overall goal, the overarching goal, where it's the user experience, you looking at it, using it, it feels really great, was surpassed, right? So on our platform, business owner who does not have a website, who is just looking for a way to have a product that has been tested and tried. They are also licensed to handle that product, be it food, be it beauty, whatever it is. They're licensed, they're capable of getting listed, getting their own personalized link, and then people can buy from them, and then they get paid afterwards. So it's a very quick and easy to use platform, and there's also a small fee attached to it as well. So Yeah. We
So
chose African businesses because we saw that gap existed, and then we decided to fill that gap. And it has been tremendous. Like I said, a lot of hiccups along the way, but we are molding and building and restructuring to smoothen it out.
yeah, that's fantastic to know, because a lot of times it takes a lot of confidence to be able to see a gap and decide, you know what, I'm going to build something that we build that would bridge that gap. That's fantastic. Which brings me to my next question. What does confidence? Because a lot of times, as we have said throughout the show, is a lot of people are not confident enough to start that idea to put it into practice. So for you, what does confidence, like, what does it mean, and how, like, does it come to you naturally, or is it something you had to acquire?
I probably would say for me, confidence is just believing in yourself. And I sort of have a different, like I would say I have a different approach to confidence in the sense that I seen that when I would believe in myself, like I would just by my own strength take on things. I that like it fizzled out. And ever since, I'm building my relationship with God, I've seen then that instead of believing in myself, I believe in God to help me to bring this idea to life, to help me to look past that imposter syndrome, to look past those the self doubt that comes with it. Because it like if you were to believe in yourself, there's also that self doubt that comes in it. So I believe in someone who's greater than myself, who has created me to handle this burden. So I think confidence to me is where I believe in God to bring to life this whatever He's called me to do, right? So in my case, it's this business, and it's been a long time coming. What people see right now is not what it was when in the beginning. It's grown into this, but then there's also been times where I thought that okay, this is taking too long. I really don't believe in doing it, and that's again putting that belief in myself. What I then realized was, what I said, what, God, I have I have this bias where I see that these steps have to be taken or these milestones have to be reached before I can call this business a successful business. But then I am choosing to let go of all of that and allow you to guide my understanding about what that is and how you're building me as well. So confidence to me is just trusting in your maker and your creator that he has called you to accomplish a number of things. He has called you to build and create and direct. He has called you to do these things, and he has also justified you and made you capable to handle them. And then you're more confident because you're thinking, you know what, okay, it's not by my strength, but it's by God's strength. So that is what it means to me. Just letting go of all my own strength and then just saying, okay, God, what should I do now? How can I serve you today? What exactly do I need to do? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's very inspirational, and I believe one or two people would actually think about that and see, okay, maybe I should also try that strategy. And which brings me to the matter of strategies, because as we've been talking, you said you started free and easy, and then while you were in university, then you kept building, and to the point where you got people to invest to point into the business to make it grow to where it is right now. So what are the type of challenges you had to face, and then what were the strategies that you made use of to overcome those challenges?
So a lot of challenges that I faced was just about what the product would be. I knew that okay, I really needed to help business owners, but then I also needed to be conservative with how much I pour into it because again, it's me that's backing the business by myself, and also to create a product that is like good, a good product. So most of the challenge along the way was just finding someone or finding a developer who would understand what that meant. And as God will have it, I was just reconnecting with a friend um, from my high school. We went to the same high school back in Nigeria, and we were just reconnecting. And then I was actually just trying to learn more about what he was doing in his business. And somehow that conversation turned into them creating and understanding exactly what I wanted, and the website itself was built. A lot of times, I would say it's just deciding what to do at the next point, right? So now the platform is created, but strategically, what you're supposed to do is build out a business plan, right? Build out a business plan. What exactly am I trying to solve? Who's the competition? You need to make sure all of that is laid out step by step. I took a completely different route. I think I went from the back to the front to the middle. It's been like a jump, but on the outside, it looks like we have everything sorted out, and I think that's just grace, complete grace. But it's good to be strategic, right? Like if you're starting off and you have an idea, of course, look through. Okay, this idea has been validated. What are the next steps? Let me build out a plan. What does this look like? If I were to project 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is it something I'm looking to even last long? Do I want to hold it? Do I want to sell it off afterwards? But most times, when you think about how huge that plan is, you tend to start, feel like, okay, maybe I should really be doing this because it looks like a lot of work. But you take it one step at a time. Of course, ask God every single step of the way, what am I doing? Who should I do? Please send helpers for me. Because if you have an idea and you have the network to help you invest in the idea, of course, it would just be very quick. You find mentors, people who have done it before, who can help you build it out, right? So there are different ways to doing this, but building out a plan is really, really good. You have to, it's imperative that you have a plan in place, and then also finding the right people. So when you have a plan in place, speak to people. What do you think about this idea? This is what I'm thinking, and look for people who would be um, great team members. Like, okay, how can I have someone join me on this journey? I did not take that route, and again, I keep saying this because everybody's route is different, right? So if you were to go, the regular route, it's just more so building out a plan, speaking to people about it, finding people who can come on board and help with different expertise, and then yeah, starting off and running surveys, researching. There's so many things that you could do um, to start off. But for me, challenges have just been deciding what to do next, deciding who to come on board, deciding what type of strategy to take when it comes to marketing. So those are the struggles that I faced, and like step by step, I've been working on it. Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you literally just answered my next question, because I was going to ask you that how important is community to your to success, not just Kscope, but to success generally. And you already kind of answered about asking other people that have done it before, talking to mentors and stuff. If you have more to fleshing it out, but that was supposed to be my next question, like how important is community to success?
Community is extremely important to success, right? Like, who are you building for, right? Who are you building for? And I find that most times these people that you're building for become your advocates because they would see value in what you're doing, and then outside that, people would they come together and they connect. So community is key. It is king in building because you I don't know how, I can't really put it in the exact words, but it is imperative that you bring people along the way with you. It is also important that whatever you're building is valuable, right? Whatever you're building is valuable. Let people see that this can add value to their life, and then it's just something that happens naturally where people will come together and look to support you. Somehow, our Keyscope has this budding, thriving, and it just makes me smile all the time because it's mostly the fact that people are leveraging and receiving value from this that keeps us going. Because yes, outside the fact that you are to have faith and just move forward, we're also reminded that you are supposed to support, you are supposed to be a brother's keeper, you are supposed to remind people. So I've been reminded countless times that what we're doing is valuable and not to give up, right? Take a break, Yvonne. Take a break, but then don't give up. So I'm on this journey of just again working on myself, receiving strength and also receiving direction and just restructuring. And I think Another thing about community is they show grace. At least my community does. They've been graceful. They've just been saying, you know what, we understand that it is hard for one person to carry on something like this, but then there's also that grace that comes with it. So community is important. It is very important. Don't just sell things to people because you want people to buy from you. What is the vision? What is the mission for your company? Why do you exist, right? What is your purpose? And I find that my goal is to serve people. My goal is to serve the African community. My goal is to help people to thrive in the marketplace. I like my the backing is that Christ came for us to have life and have life abundantly. Now that abundance, I find that a lot of us struggle to receive because there are lots of, like, of course, factors that are involved. So I've been called to serve this community for us to thrive in every aspect, in our personal lives, in the businesses that we build, in our jobs, in our careers, moving here. So we found that now the business is no longer helping people to sell, but if you were looking for someone to help you move to Canada, if you're looking for someone when you move to Canada to help you get a job, if you're looking for the right people to speak with, it's you see people spotlighted, right? So overall, it's a beautiful experience. It is something that is amazing to see and what it's grown into, right? I went from wanting to have a business to make money to having a business to serve people, and it has just been a beautiful experience overall. So uh, community is key, and make sure that your intentions are just pure, not just looking to make money, right? Because yes, business is business, right?
Yeah.
What makes a good business a good business is a business capable of making money, and that's completely understandable. But when that is the foundation, when that is the reason for you being in business, then I find that it is flawed because what happens then when you're faced with those periods where there's no money coming in, how do you act, right? That's how you can tell, like, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's not making me money, so I'm gonna drop it off, right? I'm gonna like let this go. And it is possible. It is possible. Don't even get me wrong. If you've tried something countless times and it's not working, of course you can let it go, right?
Mm.
But if the backing of that is for you to just make money and you really don't care about anything else, right? Then, okay, like again, please, this is just my own opinion.
Thank you so much. Excuse me. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, that's true. It really makes sense because if you really care about the community that you serve, they would realize that they would see that in your business and your strategies, and it will make them also to back you up even more. And from there, the money will come.
Exactly.
It will come. Because, for
Hmm.
example, a lot of times on my platform, I will do showcase black owned businesses and things like that. But it's usually free because I know at some point when I grow to a certain level, people will reciprocate the love. But right now, all I'm passionate about is like
Hmm.
promoting people
Exactly.
and making a difference and all of that, and trying to bridge that gap.
Right.
That there's a gap there between what's achievable for people of color and black people.
Hmm.
So no matter how little the platform
Exactly.
is, I believe you can do something that would make a huge difference. And you might not even know that you're doing that. But at some point, people will come back to you and say, you know
Yes.
what, you inspired me. You know what, you made me to be able to achieve this that I achieved by just, watching
Hmm.
your post on Instagram or on YouTube or stuff like that. So that's really
Yes.
important. So now, to my final question, going by your experience as an immigrant and as a Black woman as well, you are aware of the struggles that we have to go through, the inequities in the system, which we have talked about all day, and also less opportunities. How do we move forward? Like, because that's the theme of this program. That's the theme of this program is moving forward. We know that these inequities are there, they abound, but as Black people, as a community, how do we move forward, and also how do we bridge that divide, that gap? And yeah, that's that's the question.
Um. Right. I would use this a case study. So I had introduced a segment called Keyscope Workshops. And the goal with that is someone, an expert from the community, comes and they share on a topic that people have been looking to learn about. And with that, what the goal is that is within our community, within us, we have people who are capable of building each other up. Like we're capable of building each other up by promoting and pushing our expertise forward. Now, in that case, for this was for um, taxes for businesses. And we found that a lot of business owners in the community, they didn't have a lot of knowledge about it. They didn't really know how to what it means from A to B. But then we had someone from the community come in and share knowledge about it, and a lot of people received value. We even had people registering to get their taxes done. So I believe for us to move forward, we should look within. Start from yourself. What do you need to do to build yourself forward? And that drive comes from, it has to come from within. It has to come from, you know what, I see that I have some flaws. I see that I have some things that are holding me back. And the only way for me to move forward is if I work on these things. And then as a community as a whole, we look within who is capable of working with us to teach financial literacy? Who is within us to help teach on getting your business registered, right? To start from within ourselves and find who and people who can pour into whatever it is that we're lacking. So in this case, it could be um, financial literacy, finding someone from community who can teach on that and have them share, even find free knowledge and share about it. I think consistently sharing, consistently working towards being better personally, individually, that counts as well. And then also there are lots of allies now. There are lots of companies who are pouring into Black communities. There are lots of businesses. There are lots of governments who are pouring into Black communities. Let us find those allies and then just reach out, whatever campaigns and initiatives exist, let us leverage those things for ourselves and also for the community as a whole.
Yeah, thank you so much. And so, what is your final word for our viewers today? What's your final word?
My final word would be you everything and more. You are capable, you've been called, you've been justified, and you need to believe that. You need to believe that there's a purpose for you on this earth, there's a purpose for you to do great things through Christ. That's one thing I will end up with. And then you know what? Yes, continue to thrive, continue to grow, continue to forge forward. Whatever you do, just try to be 1% better than you were at it yesterday. Right? When you wake up, just look for ways to serve, right? How can I serve? And I feel like that's where the complete fulfillment comes.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a fantastic time we had. 30 minutes flew by so
Same.
so quickly. I appreciate that I reached out to you and you came to share from your wealth of knowledge with us. And I believe people watching this over and over again, they would be able to take one or two things that they can also apply to their personal lives, their businesses, whatever venture, career,
Yes.
and it works, across board, whatever it is that they are embarking on. So thank you so much. And for everybody that joined us today, you're
Thank you.
fantastic. You're OGs. I love you all. For next week, we won't be doing a Saturday. We're going to be doing a Sunday because the our guest is unable to attend on a Saturday. She has like prior commitments, so it will be Sunday around the same time. I will be posting on my platform as it goes, but please come show up and support us and all of that good stuff. And let's all learn together. Thank you so much and have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. Bye, guys.